freak, ugly, weird, stupid, fat, idiot, weak, bitch, different, cow, hideous, pig, lazy, whore, fake, dumb, slob. Or sometimes people say slut. Okay, so those are probably words that you have heard probably quite often if you're bullied or ever have been bullied. Okay, so I'm frequently called ugly and a cow and fat. Very frequently I am called fat. Um, Society has a way of speaking to you in a very hurtful manner. People on the street normally do not come up to you and say, hey, you're very pretty, or you look very intelligent, or you're a very smart person, you have a lot of potential. No, not a lot of people say that. And that's society these days. And probably has always been society. Sorry, my hair is falling around here. But you know, these are labels. These words that people are feeding you, other than positive, they're all negative and they're all labels. People are trying to get a rise out of you. That's what they're doing. So, you know, you can't let these labels get to you. These labels that are forced upon you by society. These labels are used to degrade people, lower their self-esteem, and their self-confidence. What society does not realize is that we've lost hundreds of people due to the lack of responsibility and respect. Nobody should be afraid of who they are. We live in an era now where you are judged by the clothes on your back, the size of our bodies. We are basically judged for everything we do because we can't keep our words under control. Which is basically true. You can't judge people without knowing them. Okay, so a lot of people know that if you see a girl with a half-cut shirt, her cleavage is sticking out everywhere, and she's wearing a very tight mini skirt. Wowzers, seen a lot of that. A lot of us would jump to conclusions of she's a slut, she's a whore, or thought that hoe over there. But you don't know her. You don't know her story. You don't know if she's hurt at home. You don't know if she's abused. You don't know a lot of stuff. I'm sorry, my hair. You don't know anything about her except besides she's on the same street as you. And you can't label people like that. And I know I accuse people of doing this. I have done this before. I've done it a few times. But I'm trying to learn from my mistakes and better myself to be a better person. And a lot of people have not tried to be a better person. A lot of people are just lacking self-respect for anybody. In school, I'm constantly being bullied because of my weight. Okay, so weight is a big problem for a lot of people in society today. We are not up to standard size. We are not stick thin. We are not all athletic. Okay, I tried athletics, and if you have seen the first video, I'm not very good at athletics. But you know, everyone is different. I'm not going to ever be one of those athletic people who can run a mile in under 15 minutes. Yeah, I can't. That is not me. That is not how I do things. And it will probably never be how I do things. But so you all know out there, I am very, very aware of what is going on in my body. My doctor is on my case about this. And you know, everyone will be on your case about this. And the thing for overweight people is that when we are upset or discouraged, we eat. We have a tendency to eat because that is our way of controlling things. It makes us feel better to eat. So, you out there telling us that we are fat and overweight and stuff, you're just gonna make it worse. You really are just making it worse. Because half the time we're probably not even listening to you. And then you're gonna make us feel bad and we're gonna go home and eat. Everything. I am constantly being fed lies by people who I considered my friends. How I said considered with an ED, meaning those people are out of my life because they have not given, okay, so friends are supposed to be there for you, okay? That's what friends are supposed to do. And if you have a friend who is always talking about themselves, who never listens to you, who always constantly putting you down and saying, you don't look pretty today, go change. Go change. Or is telling you, don't eat that. Don't eat that. God, put that away. No. Ew. Stop eating. Those are not your friends. Those are your enemies. Get them out of your life. I know I only had a few friends, and one I still talk to. More like two, but the other one I don't really talk to as much because I have started cyberschooling due to lack of respect in other people. Sorry, my note cards, because last time I couldn't remember what to say, so prepared. But, surround people who make you feel better about yourself. And if you can't find anyone right now, that doesn't mean that you will never find anyone who is going to be there for you. And I have been told I'm a horrible friend. I have been told I'm a good friend. I have been told a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I have to tell myself I need to better myself. And I am a good person. I'm a very good person. If I needed to, I will give someone the shirt off my back. I will be here for you. I will be here for anybody. I am someone you can trust and talk to. And, I talk to a lot of friends and people and stuff, and I am very trustworthy. I will only tell someone when you're thinking about possibly injuring yourself or injuring someone else or something very, very sad. I will try and get you help. But I have bettered myself from the person I was last week. I have bettered myself from the person I was yesterday. Every day, or possibly you, or anybody, has to better themselves. And if you're not bettering yourself, I don't know what you're doing. Because you're sure not being a better person. Society does not understand who you are. Society labels, like I said at the beginning, society labels you for not who you are, for what you attract, for what you look like. So next time, guarantee you know more lies about me than you actually know truth. Sorry, cleavage. I never usually have cleavage sticking out. Normally I wear a tank top under this. So think before you speak, because you might just save a life. I do not personally know anybody who has taken their life, but I will be plain and honest with you right now. I have thought of it. I have had suicidal thoughts, and I have had someone dear to me and dear to my heart, which is my mom. She has been there for me for everything, more than any friend has been. She talks to me. She listens, which is a big part of being a friend. You need to be understanding, and you have to listen. I'm not saying you need to understand everything, but you need to listen. Because there might be a very key part to why I'm feeling that way. And if you missed it, there could be some very serious consequences of my life or someone else's life hanging in the balance. So, before you label someone, just think. Words for me, if someone says I'm fat, I'm ugly, I carry that with me, not through just the whole day. I carry that with me for years and years. So that word that you just call me a fat whore, that fat whore, me, you probably just forgot that word. You were just like, yeah, I said it, la la, whatever, I'll move on with my day and stuff. That word will stay with me for about 1.5 years or longer, depending on how it is. If I try on clothes, fat whore will pop up in my head. It won't be in your head. You just said it. Irresponsible is what you are being. You are being very irresponsible, and you are not digesting your words before you say them. One word could end a person's life. And a lot of people do not realize that. But you need to start realizing. Because life's too short to have to worry. And we shouldn't have to worry. So next time you decide to call someone fat, ugly, slut, whore, a thought, anything along those lines, what if you were called that? What if you were tormented almost every single day? What if? You don't know unless it's happened to you. And I don't even wish bullying on my worst enemy. But it's not something that we should have to deal with. It's definitely not something that should be dealt wrongly with. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. If someone says, I'm not feeling happy, listen to them. Don't push them away. I have been pushed away a lot. And it's a really sad feeling. So, next time you decide to hate on someone, just remember, if you don't say it, you could have possibly just saved a life. So, alright, well, like I said, if you don't say anything, you might have just saved a life.